Hey guys, this is Rob John Webb here for Waxadis Music, and this is my first tutorial of 2020, and I'm going to show you how to drum up a quick little deep house sort of track. It's just using a couple of loops and a few samples, and I'm just going to show you how you can do it and how you can get this kind of really sort of deep, fat little sound with not a great deal of hard work at all. So this is the little groove we're going to get going. So there you go, it's just a short little groove. I've made it to a little track, and you can go off and create your own little style using these techniques. This was a track I released under one of my other names called Hyperreal about a year or two ago. And I just thought I'd turn it into a tutorial and just show you the little ways you can take these elements and then add them to your own tracks. So here goes. So all I did was layer one. We got a solid kick in there, which is a really thick kick in there. As you can see, it's really powerful, and I've just took the bottom end out, so to speak, slightly removed the bass on it, take that off. It's really punchy. I just wanted it to be a little bit more thinner, so to speak. And then I got this really cool little loop, which is here. It's just a simple loop beat, really simple. And I just took the bottom end out. Just take the bottom end out so that the kick can come through. Standard trick. So that was that. And then I got a really nice little straightforward 909 hi-hat. And what I did with the hi-hat is just took the bottom end out completely. See how muddy it is now, how ruffled it is. Take the bottom end out and raise your top end so that you're just bringing out the real cleanness of it. So obviously when you're making lo-fi, you want it to be rough and dirty. As I say, when I said it's lo-fi, I said what I mean is it's got the feel of a lo-fi track, but it's quite crisp and clean, really. Let's move over this way. So I just brought a few loops together, and then I got another percussion, which is this, which is quite tech housey, I suppose, quite funky house sort of loop. It's got that snappy sort of snare and clap on it. Again, remove the bottom end, so it's got a kick on it. Look, take away the kick, put it on top of the hat, and that bit, and there you go. So the beats were basically just all samples thrown together, just quickly whacked a 909 hi-hat on there. But what I did was, with this, to drag it along and make it swing more, was I got a ride, a 909 ride, like this, and just put it straight on like that, straight on top of the kick, in exactly the same pattern. So what I did was I sidechained the ride, put a compressor onto the ride, pressed the sidechain button, and chose to sidechain this from a kick. But the kick that I used to sidechain from, I've muted, so that when it's blank here, for example, there's no kicks, it still sidechains. So all you do with that is you just duplicate your kick, pull that down, and then you leave it completely across the whole range of where your ride is, obviously where you want it to play. So I've got it to sidechain across that. So for example, when I play it now, so you can hear it's bouncing off the chain. Take it off, sounds ridiculous. But when you do that and take off the bottom end, you know, it's just there, it pumps through. Put the hi-hats on, and the rest of your beats. A nice little straightforward crash. Again, bottom end removed with some delay on there, so it rolls over. So you've got Just gives it that little bit of trail which is required. So there's the beats, basically, pretty much all samples thrown together. So now we go on to the main riff of the track, which is this. Take off the EQ, really deep. And I wanted this to be thin so that the bass could pump through. And all this is a sample loop, which I took from a loops pack, and I just put it onto the keys. It's just a Rhodes chord. Play it. And I just went down to the A flat. And down to the E flat, and then the F sharp. And that's all I did. That's all I did with that. So if you watch it play, just using this section of the note of the chord, which is a C chord, and then take it down. So if I was to play it in C, it would be in key. So then I go down to A flat, E flat, F sharp, and that's your riff. 3 notes. And there you go, look. Stick a few beats on. And that's that. And obviously then the next thing we do is we want to get the bass up. So it's sub bass. Same notes. But the sub bass is from the Mouse Synth, which is a free VST plugin. And it looks like this. It's got a stack of presets in there if you want to click on the number, and it shows you all the presets in there. And then you can save your own banks in there. But I just took a standard sub bass and I messed with the cutoff slightly. I think I took a bit of the cutoff there and raised it up, and a bit of resonance on it, but obviously not too much. Kept the attacks down, and I just got the rough and ready sort of. Stuck a compressor on there so it gives it a bit of a raise. But the EQ, if you look here, I've just brought it up slightly there and chopped off the top end, because obviously there's nothing over here, so there's no point in having that on all the way over there when there's nothing there anyway. So put the organ and the bass together, and they sit nicely. And there you go. So there, that's that. Just do a quick recap on that. So with the organ sampler, as I say, it was a loop taken from a loop pack. So, and all I did was I just took that tiny little bit, and there you go. You've got like a cool little sound which you can go down the octaves. And I did, as I say, I took the EQ on that, and I took a lot of the top end out and just high passed it so that it's thinner. And then stuck a nice large hall reverb on it, so it gives it off the nice little delay. And then I put a utilizer on it to bring it out because it was quiet, and I compressed it as well. So you get some really nice textures out of that, some good deep sort of sounds out of that. So that's the track that it got going, and then I put in a whoosh sample, which was this, but I reversed it. So here it is in natural form. And it was just a whoosh sample off some pack, and then I reversed it so that it comes back in reversed and gives it a more of an atmospheric. And it goes up. So that's that little sounder. But the next two things, what I did was, in this section where it's the FM chord, I've sent it over to audio on this. I've bounced it over. But initially what I did with this was, it's an FM chord sound which goes like this. And I filtered it, and I've sidechained it, and I put LFO on it as well. And I'm going to show you what to do in a minute to make that effect. I did that to save on CPU because it was driving me mad. So basically what I did was, got an instrument, got a simpler, put a simpler in, and I got this sound, and it was called the Chord Pad Sound. And it's this. Let me just get a thing up. There you go, look. The same 3 notes, the A flat, the E flat, and the F sharp. And that chord wave pad sound, that comes from the FM synth, which was I can't remember where it comes from, but it's one of the Native Instruments ones. It's the FM, which is the old FM7. That's the one, the FM7, the Yamaha FM7. So it comes from that. So if I just was to re-record this in, it would go like this. I'll mute that one. And there you go. It was just those 3 short notes. And I'm going to double click on that and quantize that. There you go. It's missing a bit. Okay, let's copy that over several times, and this is how you're going to get that effect. Because on the version I've done, which I processed, you can hear it wobbling. And it just gets deeper and deeper, more filtered, and faster on the LFO as it builds back up. Gives it a real proper atmosphere. It's speeding up, getting more and more intense. And the reverse sample comes in with the organ again. And then it delays at the end. So there you go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to quickly do that. So just bang a compressor on here for the time being. Open up that, and we're going to sidechain it to the kick. I'm going to pull the threshold down. There you go, look. I'm just going to consolidate those and just throw them over. I'm just going to do a short one as a solo, just to show you the technique to do. It's really simple and it's really effective. So if you've got like a pad sound or anything like that that you want to process and you want to put some stuff to it to make it less flat, then this is what you do. So you've sidechained it to the kick. I'm just going to give it a little boost with a utility and just give it a little bit of a gain. Just for the process, just for the purposes of this, so you can hear it better. So that's that done. But what we want to do is we want to add some LFO to it. And then what we do is we get a auto filter, put that onto the chord pad, and then what we're going to do is we're going to automate it. And what we'll do with that is, how we do that is we click on it, and we're going to put the thing about there, because we're going to filter this up in a separate thing anyway. So let's start off by here. Let's go down to here, and we're going to start with turning the LFO amount all the way up, and then moving your rate so that you've got 1/4. Start off with 1/4 here, like this, and then you click on the lines however you want them, like so. So here we want it to be up here at 1/4, 1/6. Where's 1/4? Come here. There you go. Nice look. Let's just turn that off. Just delete that automation. So we start at 1/4. Okay. Let's have a look. 1/4, and we're going to click that there. So we get the auto filters on. Click show that, and then we start to double click on it, and then we get the line up to the top here, like so. So we want the rate to start at 1/4 there. Okay, and then it starts at 1/4 there, and you bring it down however you want it to. 1/4, there we are. And then bring it down again to 1/3/16. Then bring it down to 1/6, 1/12, 1/16. And then drop it down to 1/24, however fast you want to go. And then 1/32. 4, back up. And there you go. So then obviously you want to filter that now. So then what you do is go to auto filter and then choose frequency and click on that. And then you can draw in the frequency of your filter. So you want to bring it down, bring it up like so. So it goes like this. And then obviously stick a reverb on there as well. So let's get a quick reverb, just for the sakes of it. 23 or something. And there you go, you've got an effective sort of chord pad that's got character and a lot of colour and a lot of vibrance and stuff's going on, rather than having it flat. And you're building it up. There you go. You know, you get the idea. So that's that. That's a little thing you can do with a chord pad, or any sort of pad where you put chords in and then just give them some sort of life. So the track's flowing like this. And then what I did was I got a string in there, just a high string, which is just the flat note of the A flat. Like so. And just put in a high string like that. So up the higher octave, which is there. There you go. So it's like C6 or something like that, I think. Yeah, C6. G5, what we're talking about. So yeah, there you go. And the track breaks down here. Big breakdown. The LFO trick. 1, 2, 3, and back again. And it drops. So yeah, that's just a quick way of showing you how to create a funky little deep house track that's got a little bit of oomph to it, and it's very simple. Just get some simple organ samples and just make your own little riffs out of them. Get a nice sub bass, a few kicks, a few loops, something that make sure the loops are tight. Take the bottom end out, and then get an FM chord pad and a string, you know, a high string sort of sample. This string actually is from the Cakewalk pack, which I'll show you. It came through with the latest edition of Cakewalk. As everybody knows, if anybody knows about Cakewalk, it's very similar to Ableton. And they have just issued through Windows only the full software for free. But in that, you've got the VSTs that you can get. So obviously in this one, it's the string one with all these different string sounds. And it's basically a free orchestra pack that you can get, which are really realistic. So it's really nice to get some real deep strings if you want them. So head over to the Cakewalk website and then grab the Cakewalk, install it, and when you install it, take out the DLL files from that and put them into your Ableton one in your VST folder, and you've got a full set of free strings. So that's that. So yeah, there's a little deep house track for you to ponder over and take ideas and inspiration from. I hope it's been some help for you. Contact me if you need any help or advice, and I'll get back to you soon. Thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care, bye.